By understanding and implementing these strategies, you can transform your LinkedIn profile from a static digital resume that may not accurately reflect who you are or where you are in your career into a dynamic, engaging professional resource that not only attracts the right audience, but also opens new doors to opportunities. Welcome to The PA is In, the show created by PAs for PAs, where codependency with your supervising physician is a thing of the past, optimal team practice is the future, and physician associate has taken the place of physician assistant as the professional title of choice. I'm Tracy Bingaman, and I'm obsessed with redefining what success as a PA looks like and what it feels like. Here you'll find the mindset shifts, systems, and processes I use to escape healthcare burnout and integrate my work into my life. Work-life balance is a myth, and an integrated life where you thrive professionally, not a balancing act, is the goal here. My mission is to help you to grow into a unicorn PA who loves their job, has abundant energy, time to spare, and work-optional financial freedom. The PA is in. Welcome back to another episode of The PA is In, where we are continuing our journey into the world of online networking through LinkedIn. Back in episode 262, we laid the foundation by discussing the importance of a well-crafted LinkedIn profile that is up to date and accurate. This week, we'll explore how to actively use that profile to increase your visibility, engage positively with others, and strategically expand your network. These elements are essential for turning your LinkedIn into a living, breathing CV that not only showcases your qualifications, but also your ongoing engagement inside the healthcare industry. Our focus today will be on 4 critical areas: optimizing your visibility to ensure you're being seen by the right people, how to interact positively to enhance your professional reputation, determining who is the best person to connect with to grow a meaningful network, and finally, being intentional about how to build your living CV, one that dynamically reflects your professional journey and also helps you get to where you are trying to go. Each of these aspects plays a vital role in not just being present on LinkedIn, but also being impactful. Because if you're going to spend time doing something and working on something and connecting in a platform, you want to make sure that it's working for you. By understanding and implementing these strategies, you can transform your LinkedIn profile from a static digital resume that may not accurately reflect who you are or where you are in your career into a dynamic, engaging professional resource that not only attracts the right audience, but also opens new doors to opportunities. We're going to start with optimizing your visibility. The primary goal on LinkedIn should be to increase your visibility, but not just to anyone. We want to increase your visibility to the right audience. This involves more than just updating your profile regularly. If your profile is worn out and tired and dusty and says that you are a student or maybe has information about a job that you were working years ago, head on back to that previous episode on LinkedIn and do the profile audit. Update your headshot, make sure you have a cover photo, and make sure that all of the information in your profile accurately represents your skills and abilities and where you are right now as a part of your professional journey. So you've updated your profile. LinkedIn is about engaging with content that resonates with your profession at large and also the areas that you want to excel. Based on what you engage with, you can help to tell LinkedIn what kind of people you want to connect with. So, say you're working in primary care, but you really actually want to be working in cardiology. Starting to post articles about cardiology content or connect with other people who work in cardiology will tell LinkedIn who you are and what kinds of people you want to connect with. This is how you can use the algorithm to your advantage by interacting with posts, sharing relevant articles, and publish content that highlights your expertise or where you want to be. Each action that you take on LinkedIn, it boosts your profile's activity level. And the more active you are, the more visible you are to others in your network. One effective strategy is to use relevant keywords in your profile updates and posts. These keywords should align with what recruiters or influential professionals or thought leaders in your field might use to find someone. So, say they're searching for someone with your skills or experience. The other thing that you can be doing is regularly posting insightful articles, sharing industry news, telling a little story about what is going on with you professionally and something that you've done well. Commenting on trends and being sort of an active participant in LinkedIn not only positions you as someone who's knowledgeable and is a thought leader in your field, but it also keeps your profile active and engaged with other people in that similar space. Finding the perfect gift for everyone on your list, well, it can be quite a challenge. And when you're a busy professional trying to choose thoughtful, high quality, personalized gifts, you know that all too well. Thankfully, there's KML Expressions, a PA mom owned business that can personalize almost anything. From ornaments to occupation specific items for PAs and more, Crystal has got you covered. Don't even get me started on how cute her stuff is. Even the hardest people to buy for, there's a gift for them at KML. Head to the link in the show notes to place your order today. When it comes to interaction, we're going to move on from being searchable and kind of present and making sure that your name is popping up when someone is searching something to how you can interact positively with people on LinkedIn. This was the piece that was missing for me at first. So even once I started engaging on LinkedIn and started posting on LinkedIn, I wasn't connected with that many people and I wasn't having a whole lot of conversations with people. You want to have high quality interactions on the internet, just like we want to have high quality interactions with people in person. The way that you engage with people in LinkedIn is through commenting back and forth, but also through thoughtful, personalized messages. So, the formula for great comments should include a balance of appreciation, insight, and inquiry. So, say you see a post that shares something new inside of your profession and shares some new study that maybe you're going to change your practice based on the evidence, or maybe you're just going to read the article. You want to say, hey, thanks so and so for posting this. I found this part of this article particularly intriguing to me. I'm wondering, are other people doing this with diabetic patients where they do XYZ before they start them on insulin? So you're saying, hey, thank you. You're sharing some thoughts of yours, and then you're asking a question. That last piece of asking a question is going to come up later, but asking a question gives someone something to engage on. If you just say, great article, thanks for sharing, it's not quite of the same quality as like, hey, thanks for sharing this. This is, I read it or I looked it over. This is what I thought. What do you think about this? Are you doing this? Have you tried that? It gives them something to answer back, and your comments are more likely to lead to more engagement. Also, if they're a popular comment that gets like liked or commented on, it tends to float to the top. And then your name will become more recognizable in this specific space where you're commenting or sharing your thoughts. This approach not only shows your engagement, but it also encourages other people to view and interact with your profile. If you say something particularly interesting or intriguing in a comment, what are they going to do? They're going to click on you and see who you are and what you do. So this is going to lead to them, taking a peek at what you're doing and maybe seeing if you're in their area or if you're interested in doing the thing that they're doing. Maybe they end up messaging you. So messaging is another critical aspect of interaction on LinkedIn. When you're reaching out to new connections, especially those that you want to learn from or collaborate with, it's pretty important that you craft messages that are respectful, but also direct. So no one wants their time wasted. So here's a good formula for a message to send to someone. So say you we'll use this example of primary care to cardiology. You're looking to stay in your same area and you want to work for a cardiology position, and you start connecting with cardiologists or cardiology PAs or NPs or the recruiter for the networks in your area. You connect with someone, send them a message. You're going to start with a greeting and provide some context for why you're reaching out. Hi, I'm Tracy. We attended the same undergraduate, and I see that you work in cardiology at XYZ practice. And then you're going to express a clear desire or ask them a question. I'm actually looking to break into cardiology and I was wondering if you guys are hiring. This makes your intentions very transparent and opens the door to a focused discussion. So, do you have any positions open at your practice right now? Being specific about what you're asking can lead to a more productive connection, and it also gives that person something to say back. So I have a lot of people that message me on LinkedIn. They say, "Hey, nice to connect. Hope you have a great day," which is a fine message, but it's not giving me something that I can reply to. So if they say, "Hey, I'd love to hear more about what you do clinically," I can answer their question. I can respond with, an answer to their inquiry. If they just say sentences, then it's sort of hard to be as motivated to reply to that message. I hope that that makes sense. Then you want to choose the right connections. The choice of whom you connect with on LinkedIn should be strategic. When I first started LinkedIn, I thought that I should only connect with people that I really knew personally in person, which I have since gotten over. And I know a lot of connections on LinkedIn that I may never meet in person. But you want to think about what you're using LinkedIn for and focus on connecting with three main types of people: those who currently hold the jobs that you aspire to. So, who is doing what you want to be doing? The people who hire for those roles. So, say you want to ultimately become a medical science liaison, or you want to break into industry. Who is hiring for those roles? Are you connected with any of those people? Do you see what they're posting and talking about? And third, those who share content that deeply interests you. This does not have to be relative to your own professional interest or specialty or job, but connecting with people in those three categories can provide lots of different insights and opportunities, but it also gives you a little window into, hey, people who are practicing in cardiology, people who are practicing as an MSL, who are working in these specific roles. This is what they're saying. This is who they are connected to. Sometimes, if you connect with someone who has the job that you want, you can message them and say, "Hey, how did you get there? What's the path to get from where I am to where you are? What skills do you have that I don't yet have?" And you can have a back and forth with this person who you don't even know, but who has the role that you wish to achieve someday. And recruiters are really active on LinkedIn. They're almost always looking for clinicians to fill their clinical roles, for people to get hired onto their company. So, be on the lookout to connect with recruiters and then start messaging them and tell them who you are and what you're looking for. Or just say hello and introduce yourself. "Hey, I have a couple friends that work at your organization. They had great things to say about you. I just wanted to introduce myself." That could be the difference in a year or 2 years or 5 years. You apply for that job and that person is the recruiter and they remember your name or they remember that interaction. And that can make a difference in terms of getting a job down the road. Each of those connections serves as a purpose for building your professional landscape. When you're thinking about who to connect with, think about how you want to use LinkedIn. If you want to become a thought leader, start posting about a specific thing, but also start connecting with people who are thought leaders, whether in the area that you want to be a thought leader in or in some other area. Who you connect with matters, and the quality of those conversations that you're having in messaging is so incredibly important. Your LinkedIn profile serves as this living CV, which means it should be continually updated, but also all of the things that you post and comment live on your profile. So, this is more than just the header and your list of qualifications, but sharing posts, commenting on relevant topics, contributing content that highlights your professional interests and achievements. All of that goes to build that digital footprint. By treating your LinkedIn profile as a living document, you're creating this moving picture of your professional life that is comprehensive, but also compelling to anyone who views it. I want you to remember that this LinkedIn profile is a powerful tool in your professional arsenal. It can also be a lot of fun. I don't want it to feel like one more inbox or one more thing that you're checking, but I do want to encourage you that regular, focused activity on LinkedIn keeps your profile relevant to what you're doing and what you're interested in doing, but it also works to establish your professional brand in a digital world. Patients are Googling you, potential employers are Googling you, and you have this opportunity to cultivate what they're finding about you by what you put on LinkedIn and how engaged you are and how active you are and what you're commenting on. So, if you engage consistently, if you connect wisely, and you keep your content dynamic, that helps your LinkedIn presence to be a head and shoulders set apart above other clinicians. You should be strategic and consistent. You might not know this about me, but one of my most despised tasks as a clinician is charting. That's why I'm always searching for hacks, tools, and tactics to make charting more accurate, efficient, and less of a huge pain in the butt. If you too want to spend more time connecting with your patients and less time pointing, clicking, and typing into their chart, you should definitely check out Freed AI. Freed AI is a medical scribe on a mission to free clinicians everywhere from the purgatory that is writing notes. Freed AI listens, transcribes, and writes your medical documentation for you. You can even use the code PA50 for $50 off your first month with Freed AI. These notes are written in your style and done for you by the end of the visit. Can you imagine what it would feel like to leave work on time, notes done, without having to crack your laptop open in the evening? Freed is HIPAA compliant, completely secure, and it takes less than 30 seconds to learn. Get back to what you love doing, treating your patients, and let Freed AI do the rest. So how can you incorporate LinkedIn into something that you're already doing? So you check your email, when you first get to the office, you get there 5 minutes early and log into LinkedIn and check it out. Maybe your computers at work don't allow you in, so you do it at home after your kids go to bed. Finding a habit to do this, you do not need to be doing it daily. If you want to do it daily, great, but once a week or once a month to update and engage and just sort of remind people who you are, connect with people, get in messages and be having conversations and talking with people, seeing what they're up to and what they're working on. Don't hesitate to be clear about what you're looking for in interactions. Whether you're looking for a job, whether you want some professional advice, you're seeking a mentor, that transparency and being very clear about what you want will help that person to be able to say, "Hey, yes, I can help you with that," or "No, you've got the wrong person, try so and so." In this ever evolving world of professional development, networking, whether it's online or in person, remains a cornerstone of career advancement. Networking is not merely about collecting contacts and having this massive Rolodex of people. It's actually about building meaningful relationships that can provide both support and opportunities. The connections that you cultivate through networking can significantly influence your career trajectory. By engaging with lots of different people within and outside your field, you can open doors of unique perspectives. You can find mentors and uncover collaborative opportunities that can get your career to the next level. Online platforms like LinkedIn have transformed networking, making it easier and more accessible than ever before. The other day, I got a report from my alma mater, DeSales University, and it had all of these people that served on the board and all of these people that were doing these active, mission trips or young alumni awards, all these different things. I read through the whole magazine, which I rarely do because almost always it sits on my counter for a long, long time. And then eventually I recycle it. But this time I read it. Miracle of miracles. The second thing that I did, so I read it, then I opened up my laptop and I went through the magazine, and every single person that was mentioned in that magazine, I searched on LinkedIn and I asked to connect with them. And I sent them a message. "Hey, I saw your article about your pilgrimage." Like I did, it took me maybe 5 or 10 minutes to connect with a bunch of different people. And I had some really cool conversations with these people. Those connections may or may not serve me professionally in terms of those people offering me a job in the future, but maybe one of them needs a speaker about burnout. Maybe one of them has someone who is looking for a provider. That is me. All of this is an opportunity to connect with people. There's also something crazy about the fact that you could see a speaker on stage at the AAPA or at some industry conference and directly access them on a professional forum where when they click on your name, they don't see pictures of your kids and your social media profile, but rather this digitally cultivated LinkedIn profile that you have put your best professional foot or face forward. It's really cool that you have this accessibility to different people. You can expand your network. And there are so many guests that we've had on the show that I've had direct access to thanks to LinkedIn. And that also I've never met in person, but I do truly feel like I know. The true power of networking is fully realized when those online interactions are seamlessly integrated with in person connections. Every year, when I go to a conference and there are people there that I have interviewed or talked to online, it is so cool to be able to meet those people in person. I love the internet and I love the fact that the internet brought us together to have this conversation today, but there is nothing quite like giving someone a hug, meeting them in person. That face to face interactions adds this deeper level of connections and relationships that connecting online really can't replace. But also, it means that when you meet someone in person, if you have had this connection with them online, maybe you can go deeper immediately because you've gotten the small talk out of the way in your initial online connections. Ultimately, whether it's online or in person, networking is about leveraging relationships, but it's also about cultivating connections. It's this dynamic, ongoing process that requires you to consistently show up and engage genuinely and be who you are, and also put that professional foot forward in terms of LinkedIn. As you continue to build and nurture those connections and really cultivate an intentional network, which, yes, you do need to be doing, even if you are not job hunting at this time, I want you to keep in mind that every interaction has the potential to influence your career positively, but it also has the potential to impact the career of the person that you're talking to. With a strategic approach to networking, you're not just expanding your professional network, but you are engaging with people that you could help and who might be able to help you along the way. Each conversation, each interaction, each connection serves as a stepping stone towards wherever you are headed on this journey. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to another episode of The PA is In. That's all for today. This PA is out. Congratulations, you've just joined an awesome club. By listening to a full episode of The PA is In, you are officially on the Unicorn PA team. Welcome aboard. What most team members do is they subscribe to the podcast because that allows them to automatically get the latest episode of the show. The life of your dreams exists on the other side of taking action. Keep making small shifts and keep getting better. Your life will improve, your career will soar, and you will have the confidence you need to create your own success. I will see you in the next episode. This PA is out.